Should do a show, and I think we're pretty much ready. Are you feeling it? Are you good?
I think we should do a show because I feel like doing a show.
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, that voice was not you.
Annoying?
No, I didn't mind it too much.
Nah.
There are more annoying things in this world than that.
Trust me, I can do lots of annoying things.
Oh, yes, you can. Okay,
Most of them involve my penis.
Oh, annoying or earth-shatteringly offensive?
That too.
Okay.
What the crap?
I'm in.
Another cable is missing.
Oh, look at you, dude. Gonna lose it. You're gonna David Banner up on all this here. Not Bruce Banner. David. The wrong one.
Wrong banner.
The TV banner.
TV banner. Okay. Whenever you're ready, dickhole.
All right, bum squeezer. Here goes. I'm recording. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here comes the theme then. 3, 2, 1.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
This is the final score, episode 156 for Friday, April 25th, 2014. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the final score, the video game podcast for the rest of us. My name is Scott Johnson. That's Brian Dunaway. Hi, Brian. Oh,
Hey, Scott, how you doing?
Popping
Just opening up one of my Mellow Yellow Zeros here.
Yeah? Not like a 40? It's not a 40?
No, this is the 12-ounce little small cola can.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't it cute? It's so small. It's zero. It's only 0 calories for us calorie-conscious gamers.
That's right. You, one of the skinniest guys I know, always being careful there. I can't drink the pop anymore. It makes me bloaty. Can't do it.
It made me too.
And I think my weight loss is mainly due to me not drinking pop, milk, or any of that crap anymore. So I feel good about it.
Nicole, by the way,
yeah.
Nicole, she just sent a message. I don't know if you got it or not.
I did. Says start without me. She's going to try to boot up. She forgot about
Her
the time.
calendar is wrong because we have time zoned on her.
Yeah. This is the problem. See, I don't have a problem so much with Arizona saying we don't want to do the time savings thing. I get that. That's fine. Right. I think we all should decide to do it. The problem is that when it does switch over, the people living there have to readjust their lives because of everybody else.
Absolutely, they do. And
I said everybody else. I didn't mean to say that. I meant everybody else.
Everybody else.
Yeah, everybody else will. So she's on her way. She'll add to the call, and we'll bring her in when we get her. But
she says she's booting up her computer.
Yeah.
Who doesn't leave their computer on 24/7 to suck up the power and
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Oh, it says she's online now.
It does.
Let's bring her in. Here we go.
She's gonna be all like this.
Well, let's start with this. Hey, what are you playing? Playing video games. Oh, hi, Nicole.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm sorry.
You must be in Arizona.
I am.
Yeah, as the Scorpions.
Time zone changes
at
all.
No, I just had it in my calendar wrong. I had it at the old time, and I just got busy.
Man, your calendar
falling
sucks.
into YouTube troll comments. I just have to stay off YouTube.
Don't go there, dude. They're the worst. Nothing good has ever come from me trying to deal with those people. Ever. Not once. So I can deal with them on my blog. It gets okay in forums. I can deal with it on Twitter, but something about the YouTube thing, there's a hex in there.
It's all like intertwined into G+, and yeah.
It's weird. That whole thing's weird. That guy left, he left Google. He's out.
I heard.
Yeah. Zibram Flimma Jingjong, whatever his name was. He's out. He's not in it anymore. That sounds racist. I don't mean it to be. But he has a weird name I can't pronounce. Hey, what? Oh, video games. Let's do some video games. What are we playing? I'll start this week as like that's weird and unusual.
That's normal.
All right, I'm going to tell you about a game that came out that I did not think was going to be any good. My hype meter was way low. I kind of thought to myself, hey, back in the day before Ubisoft bought the rights to make all things Tom Clancy, there used to be some really good old PC games called Ghost Recon. And they had that name in the title, and that meant you were going to get a really cool, strategic, tactical, first-person shootery thing, but it was not run and gun. It wasn't Quake. It wasn't even, more recently Call of Duty. Even it was a chance to.
Did you say Call of Duty?
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
I think I said Call of Duty, which is how you do it. Call of Duty.
Duty.
We say Call of Duty here, but Nicole likes Call of Duty. Anyway,
Call of Duty.
Bucket o' chicken. So anyway. It used to be amazing, and it was this slower approach. You would have to take cover, a single shot to the head, and you could be dead. You had to be really careful, come with a good loadout, plan your attack, work with your teammates. And they quit making those good games and kind of made a bunch of weird choices for a while. And some of those games were okay, but mostly they were trying to be more action-y and less covert or whatever. And here's the deal. Meanwhile, Call of Duty comes out and says, hey, realistic shooter, but look at us running around like freaks, and there's really not a lot of realism going on, but it looks like there is. So that's cool. And that was cool. And we were okay with that for a few years, right? But now can't only speak for myself, but I'm sick of those games. I don't want to play those for a while.
Wow. Then you shouldn't have played the game I played.
Well,
super realistic.
That's what I heard. No, I'm saying I like the realistic. That's what I want back. I don't want the arcadey anymore. I'm done with
gotcha.
Call of Duty's too arcadey for me. It's too I don't know. It's just bam, 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 shoot, 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 boom, 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 get out. Don't like it anymore for a while. I'm sure I'll come back.
You had 3 kids, right?
Well, I'm sure I'll come back. I don't know. But I go back and forth. I used to like the tactical, then I wanted the action, now I want the tactical again. And I'm in the mood for it. So I see Ghost Recon Phantoms, free to play, pop up on Steam, and I thought, I did hear about this at E3 last year. Wonder how it looks, wonder how it's going. Oh, Uplay credentials? Great. Let me put those in. It doesn't run Uplay though. That's nice, right? No Uplay.
Doesn't
shell.
so it just made you do it the one time.
It makes you do it every time you play because it's like Hawken or something. You have to have an account tied to it because there are the free to play microtransaction-y stuff in there if you want to use them, boosters and buying stuff. It's essentially the Hawken model, which I'm totally cool with. I like the Hawken model for free to play. It's basically that. That's straight up what it is, actually.
I think it's Hawken.
No beating around the bush here. And that's all fine. I get in, but the real meat and potatoes here is whether or not this plays like a good Ghost Recon game, whether that tactical feel is there or not, and how are the teams working together and that kind of stuff. I could not be more happy and pleased to say and to report that game is good. It's really good. And it's got all that stuff I want. I've got cover. There's a great cover system. Graphically, it's fine. It's not breaking any records here graphically, but it's fine. It looks good for a modern day shooter. It's third person, which I thought was going to be a little bit weird, but that actually works for me. I think I like it for tactical stuff where I've got to do cover stuff and
especially on the cover.
Yeah, but you can go first person as soon as you go into that scope. You're first person anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's a more methodic paced game. I've only done this capture and hold stuff, and that may be all that's there right now. I don't know. I know there's a lot coming. But it's a lot of sort of, I'm going to sneak around this side. You come with me. Different classes. One guy can, heal. Another guy can, it's all your usual thing, right? One guy's real quick, recon guy. He can get in, get out, but he's super light and get shot easy if he's not careful. And then you got the assault guy, which is what I always go with, which is a little bit more beefy and more forward firepower type stuff. So the beauty is, as soon as you get in, these little green squares are on you like a HUD element, almost like Tron-ish. And those little square on your back is connected to another guy who might be connected to another guy. These lines connect you. So visually you're seeing, even if he runs way ahead of you, he's like pulling the string that's connected to you. And it's not pulling you or anything. It's just saying, hey, teammate over there. So if you get into a place where you've got two of these strings shooting off to the left and right, you've got two guys who may have your back or they may be undercover or whatever. You've always got a really good beat on where your people are.
That's good.
I like that. It is good. At first it kind of throws you off. You're like, what are these? But then you realize, oh no, this is good because people are being reminded that if I don't have anybody tied to me, that means I'm on my own out here. And that's bad because you're just going to get worked. There's grenades and all these different guns. I've already unlocked a new gun, got to level 3 or something.
What is? I'm looking at this on Steam, by the way. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Phantoms NA. What is NA?
I don't know what NA means. It must be.
I mean, it usually means
not available.
But no, I'm looking at it and it's telling me it's selling it to me. Starter pack, NA starter pack.
That's probably like a I don't know what the word stands for. I'm sure it's some starter pack with extra grenades and guns and
Right. Don't put NA on something. You make me think it's not available.
Yeah,
like,
that's weird.
Bullshit.
That's weird. That's like a founders pack kind of thing. And again, Hawken does this. Tribes did this. Tribes 2 did this. Or Tribes, or I guess just the reboot of Tribes, whatever it's called.
Right.
They still
and it's
doing
free
that
to
game?
It's free to play, so we gotta love that.
Oh yeah, you just get right in, and people are really fun to play with. Like I'm not running into a bunch of trolls. Speaking of YouTube, they're just nice, and everybody's helping each other out. And I've been able to call for help, and dudes come over and lay down cover so I can get out of there. You can lay prone and crawl around. There's no a space bar is a cover bar or a thing. It's not jump. There is no jump. There's E to get over a wall or E to get through an obstacle or something, but there's none of this like bunny hopping around the map. It's exactly what I wanted.
That kind of annoys me, and kind of if it's done right, it's awesome.
Exactly,
but if it's done wrong, it pisses you off. It's like, why can't I jump?
But there's a million of those. There's a million of those jumper games. Those are great and they can be fun. Unreal Tournament, let's go, great time, right? But occasionally I want this slower, smarter game.
I played something recently that was. It was all ground, and I couldn't jump over everything. It was really pissing me off.
Oh,
come back to me.
All right, I'll come back to you. That's what I played. I played that. Also played Endless Legend. Now you may be saying to yourselves,
how'd you quit?
Well, here's the deal. Endless Space. Is that what it's called? Yeah, is a 4X strategy game. All right, which is like your civilizations, your Gemini, different games, different kind of games or whatever. But it's that if you played Civilization 5 or previous, you played a 4X game. That's just the genre. And Endless Space was that in space, right? Colonize a planet, expand, fight off dudes coming to attack your planets, get resources, dominate the galaxy. That's that kind of game.
Right.
So then those guys did really well with that. It was highly regarded. People really liked Endless Space. I'd liked it quite a bit as well. And their next project, they've also done this smaller kind of thing called Dungeon of the Endless. Have you heard of this? This is one of those companies they're going to put endless in everything they make, I think.
Well, absolutely. It's their MO. So This is early access kind of game?
Yes, it is. So this is early access. It costs $24, I want to say. The full version will probably be in the $34 to $39 range, I'm guessing, or the final game.
This looks cool.
It's a fantasy version of what they're already doing. It's set in a fantasy world, so immediately you go, oh, very Civilization looking, right? Like
right.
The land and the hexes and the whole whatever.
I want to be the Wild Walkers. Those are cool.
Those are cool. There's some cool factions. There's that. What's that other game?
Civ?
No, the other one that's Age of Wonders. Is it Age of Wonders 3? Mm-hmm. That's out now. Right. It's in that vein of game. Right. Most everybody I've talked to says Endless Legend seems like the more interesting of the two, so I was kind of waffling on as to which one I wanted to get because they both sounded like something I'd really like. Anyway, I ended up going with this because it was cheaper mainly. And it turns out they're using a lot of the same systems, so what I was already used to using in Endless Space totally works here. Their kind of mechanics and method to how they advance through turns and stuff is very similar.
Right.
And,
so this is Civ 5 in Fantasyland.
Basically, yeah. I mean, they have different approaches to how things work and how you're going to advance.
Cool.
Oh, it's really cool. So
I'm wanting this game.
So far, there's some things missing. It's early access. They don't have some modes finished yet. Some stuff like that. But the core game is there, and it already looks really good, plays really well, and already I suck. But it's cool. It's totally up my alley. I love this kind of game. Turn-based strategy 4X style games are I'm not great at them, but I always love them, and I always lose a huge amount of time when I play them. It's cool. I want to see how this one progresses. It's also nice that it's a less expensive game, and the truth is I played the hell out of Civ, so it's nice to do something a little fresh with fantasy stuff and orcs and wizards and magic and all that. But also their space one that we talked about last week. Shite.
Endless Space.
Have we talked about the whole early access?
Oh, a few times, sure. I still don't like that I can't easily determine which is and which isn't by a glance, but the tag thing sort of helps.
My concern is that the game will never get finished.
Oh, I think they'll be done.
Yeah.
These guys, I mean, you're right,
I
though.
don't know. Some games just never.
No. She's right. There's a risk. There's sure a risk.
Fallout games and Skyrim still have huge bugs like game ending kind of bugs in these games
Yeah,
that if it wasn't for the community fixing it.
Right. But they were never even early access games. You're
I
just,
know,
you're
that's
just
what I
talking
mean.
about video
I'm just
games
saying
generally
even
then.
with the games that aren't early access, they're supposed to be finished.
Yeah.
Is Mark playing Skyrim right now?
Yes, he is.
Oh, I saw him on there. I wondered about that.
Yeah.
I love that game. This is the thing, though. I mean, early access is never a guarantee of anything. It's almost like Kickstarter in a weird way. You're kind of funding it as it goes, and some have been awesome at that, and some have not. So you're right. The risk is there. These guys just already have a track record. Like Endless Space came out, they support it, they still do.
That's cool.
It's all that. It's always that question of, is that a game I really want to play? A, and B, is this a company I already feel like I have some trust for or can make a risk with or whatever? And these guys I don't worry about.
I just think it's weird that that the feeling I get with some TV shows, like, oh, do I really want to start that and get invested in that? And then it just doesn't, like, it's transferring to games.
A little bit, yeah. There's more risks happening. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. There's a downside to that, and there's a really cool side to that, and it's a weird new place. I don't think we've figured it out yet.
This is only a problem for somebody like Nicole. Like me, I could care less. I'm like, I'm gonna probably quit your game well before you finish your game. So you might as well even create past 50% of the game for me.
Yeah, 20 just make a 2-hour game for Brian to be happy.
Right, close enough. Sell it to Brian. He'll buy it.
No, I agree.
It's weird though. It is. You're right that it's a weird time. I feel like this one's a good bet, and I do like their systems a lot. It's very different and maybe more approachable than Civ is, and Civ's pretty approachable at this point. But between now and when that new Firaxis Civ-based game that's in space comes out, whose name I forgot.
Space.
No, it's the
Space Civ.
It's something else.
Space Civs.
What is it? Beyond Earth. That's it. Beyond Earth.
Oh yeah.
I always think that's a bad movie.
Yeah, doesn't it though? Oh, it sounds like a 70s horrible sci-fi movie. Beyond Earth.
Beyond Earth.
But until then, I think Endless Legend might just might wet the old whistle, if you know what I'm saying. That might be good. That might be what I want. Graphics are really cool. It's got kind of a cool hard edge to everything. Do you see what I'm saying in those screenshots?
Right.
Kind of like it's.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it a lot. That's a cool look.
You keep from getting confused.
Things are kind of chunky, and like the higher elevations aren't these smooth mountains; they're like these hard edged like cliffs and stuff. It's cool. It's a nice art style. Anyway, I'm impressed with it so far, so I'm going to keep at it. And we'll talk about it as they get closer to full release. But that's definitely
I might have to get this weekend.
Definitely interesting to me, that game. And
we're gonna do some gaming this weekend. Maybe we'll get together and do some
Ghost Recon.
We're not gonna game, are we?
Hawking. Let's get in our mix. Let's get in our mix. What are we doing?
I'm down with Ghost Recon.
Either one. Get that downloaded. Play that. That's fun. That game's good. All right. I also played a little bit of 1849, but I can't talk about it yet. If you want to know what this is, go search for it. There's some stuff online about it. You can Google it. It's coming to Steam. I think May 7th is when the whatever's lifted, the embargo.
The talk hole.
I will just say that I can say what they say their game is, which is it's set in 1849 during the gold rush. Okay. And it's all cowboys trying to establish cities and stuff like that. And I'll say this about the game. If you like the old Impressions, Caesar games, Pharaoh games. Yeah, they do. You can read all this. Pharaoh games. What else do they make? The Rise of the Middle Kingdom. If you enjoyed those games in like the early aughts, late 90s, early aughts, then you will freaking love this. But I can't talk about it until then.
Right, from the screenshots and stuff. You can't talk about it, but I can see the screenshots, screenlots.
I love those kind of games. So you might have a hint as to how I'm feeling about it.
A little cartoony. How did you? Can you tell us how? Why? How did you get?
Somebody on Twitter hooked me up with the devs, and the devs said, "Hey, let's get your review code," something like that. I think that's
and
how
you
it
can
went
buy
down.
it now and get into beta.
Yeah, I want to say yes, you can. I think there's stuff you can do on the site. They may even have early access now on Steam, and I know that they're getting an iOS version as well, which I will totally get. But this is not. I will say this about it. This isn't like getting tapped out or freaking any of those city builders that are on iOS now, where they're all free to play and you have donuts or whatever the hell it is to speed things up. This is not that game. This is a straight up pay me $5 on iOS, pay me whatever on.
It's $10 to buy into the beta right now.
Yeah, and it'll be $15 when it's retail.
Right.
I think. So I really respect that, and I want to play games like that aren't tied to all that free to play stuff, because I don't like So I talk about how I like the free to play model in Hawken or this new Ghost Recon. I do not like the free to play model and all the little city crap games.
Oh, the little city crap.
Yeah.
Oh, the little city crap.
Little city crap. Don't like it. And then I've been playing a ton of Diablo again, and that's just because I'm totally hooked. And next week, watch for the Diablo show.
Thanks, Porky Pig.
Over there at frogpants.com/Diablo. It's going to be a very, very different approach. Check it out.
I hate you.
Don't hate me. It's going to be great.
I hate you because I can't I don't want to listen to Diablo podcast because I'm trying to get out of it.
You're trying not to play the game. Yeah.
And you're trying to freaking make me interested. But you know what this means, don't you? It just means that you're going to be, I know when you do a podcast about something, that means you're going to play this game long term. And that pisses me off because I thought I was done.
No, I love
I'm
this
not
game.
done, am I?
I'm not done either. I love it. I want to keep it going. It's going to be 12 episodes to start with. We'll do it by seasons. We'll see how it goes. And either of you can always guest on there anytime you want. That's the fun of it.
Speaking of Diablo 3, right into what I played this week. I played. I finally grabbed the D3 for the PS3.
Oh yeah.
I almost always play on the PC, and I've really enjoyed the crap out of it on there. But I was on the couch, and I was like, I don't know if I get into my computer. Hey, can I buy this right here? I was like, all right, sweet, let's do it. So I bought it, and I wasn't sure how.
What's cool is that version is basically the PC version in terms of the loot system and stuff. So console players haven't had to deal with that auction house the entire time, which is kind of nice.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
I never messed with auction house. I've kind of bypassed most of that. Luckily, I started playing before the auction house. I only played a few times when they actually had it really active, and then I played after they shut.
Well,
that
it was
down.
on. I mean, that thing was there from launch. That was always there. It was just shite.
No,
Oh, you mean the real money one? You mean?
Right.
Yeah. Well, either way, that thing sucked. Gold or real money, it didn't matter. It made the game not what it should be.
Right. Only thing I didn't like is on the console version, because I've made a pretty good bit of progress on the PC version.
Yeah.
I start from scratch again.
Yeah. No saves, which sucks.
Right.
Wouldn't that be
I was
nice?
kind of like, I've played this part of the game 100 times. I don't want to play this part.
I told a dude at Blizzard, I said, look, if you guys made it so the new PS4 Ultimate Death Pack or whatever it's called, which will have both the game and the expansion on one disc, I said to him, if you made it possible for me to move my save, you'd get another 60 of my dollars. I'd buy that game again.
I'll tell you right now, PS4, I'm interested, but not enough to purchase this yet. If they did that, I would seriously have to think about
couch co-op, man. Couch co-op. It's good.
Really going out to get it, because I've watched the PS4 games roll out, and there's been a few that want to come like, maybe, but nothing really to make me go, oh my god, I gotta have a PS4 right now. But if they did that,
well, they're all 20. They're all more than 2 hours long, Brian. So I don't know how you'd do that. Right. Be some trouble for you. So you've been doing that. So Red Orchestra 2 was free. I missed this.
Yeah, for 24 hours on Steam, the developers of Red Orchestra 2, Stalingradum, whatever, what's the whole title?
Stalingrad, Heroes of Stalingrad.
Heroes of Stalingrad. So you was talking about earlier playing some war games that are a little bit more realistic. Yeah, this one's really realistic because, most of the like Call of Duties, you have a little bit of training when you first start. You have to run out, you have to do a few little training exercises to get familiar with everything. But it's pretty quick and easy. I was on that stupid training crap for almost 2 hours.
It's a big deal in Red Orchestra too. Super. They go for the hardcore real business the best they can.
I mean, I was totally ready to freaking play some game by the time I got through with the little training area, because you got this German guy. He's yelling at you, over the rocks, get over the rock. He doesn't talk like that. He talks like a German, but I don't do a German accent.
Of course you don't. No.
Too bad. So you got to do the whole boot camp thing where you got to crawl underneath stuff, and man, you'd think it'd just be super simple and know exactly what you wanted it to do, but heck no, man. If you walk up to barbed wire and you try to go, to crouch or prone, you can't do it. You have to back up, and I'm like, I don't want to.
No, they want you to work hard, man. They want you to work it.
So I did.
I'm irritated I didn't get it, because it was free, not just free for the day. It's free for life if you got it during that day.
But that's just, it's okay. It's not it doesn't come with the multiplayer part. So
it's single player only. Oh,
it's single player only. Now I knew that when I saw it. I was like,
I did not know that. No. All right,
you're gonna screw me over.
Back up to $20 now.
Back up to $20. So that's what they really want to do. They really wanted to give you a little bit of taste. It's almost an advanced demo, is what I consider it to be.
Look at you with your advanced demo. All right.
Advanced demo. So anyway, I got in here. Had to learn how to use the guns. They've got bullet drop physics in it where you can dial up the scope, and I didn't know how to do none of that crap.
Well,
None of it.
Call of Duty is basically Quake with reloading. Like if you think
Right.
about it, it's just that simple. Reloading and regenerating health. That's what Call of Duty series has become.
Right.
Red Orchestra 2 and other games like it have gone a very different route, which is let's go as far as we can in the realism area, and let's try not to, and still have it be playable and fun. So you'd probably have to spend a little more time with it to kind of get down those systems.
You absolutely do. Did you ever play America's Army back in the day?
Yeah, I did. That thing put me
hated it?
off. Yeah.
Really?
I tried.
It was during that time when people were like, it was one of those ebb and flow things where everybody was going, ooh, action Quake. You got to have, super realistic, limited ammo. And, it was all like this. And this game is no different. And man, the stories they tell you, you really get kind of sucked into what it would be like to be when you start off. I don't know, I haven't gotten very far, but when you start off, you play as a German soldier.
German or Russian?
Yeah.
I thought they were all Russians.
Russian, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So no, wait.
I thought the Red Orchestra is the Red Army, the Russians. No,
I'm attacking. Well, right now I'm attacking the Russians. Who am I attacking then?
I don't know. I thought the whole thing was that you're the Russian armies in Red Orchestra 1 and 2.
That's what I thought. This is 2.
Okay, I have no idea. Honestly, I really don't know. I just assumed that from the name. I thought they were all Russians.
Now you got me confused. Now
because if it's Heroes of Stalingrad,
maybe that really bad German accent is actually a Russian accent.
Well,
no, I did. I played
Stalingrad is a Russian city, and so I assume it's them defending their. I assume.
Right.
I
think you play the different factions as you go along.
Oh, okay.
I think I just played starting out as the Germans actually.
Can you play a Big Daddy? Because Nicole does not care if it's not a Big Daddy involved.
I was I pretended to be a Big Daddy. It didn't work out too good, but I actually did. I got through with. I hate saying the word actually, but I got through playing the training exercise and went out, and I should have probably stayed in training for another couple hours because I immediately was getting wasted.
Really?
And yeah, I would get killed, and then you would respawn, and I would be another type of gunner. You would have different roles, and I would pop back up, and I'd be a machine gunner, but it would freaking spawn me right in the middle. I guess where the guy was at, right in the middle of the battle, and I would just instantly get killed.
Hold on, something else just popped up.
Let's go.
Oh no! Look at what it is. Casey Bant is here. Casey, how's it going?
I love that guy. Hello there.
Hey man, how are you?
Hey there. I'm great. How are you guys?
Good. I was so sad not to see Music Memory this week, but that's okay. It's all right.
Music memory.
Everyone will live.
I
It'll be fine.
think Casey should sing us something to make up for it.
You think?
Okay.
Go for
What
it,
should I
dude. Give us
sing?
something.
What do you want me to sing?
Metroid theme.
Metroid theme?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go Metroid 3.
Okay.
Oh
Oh my gosh, you totally know it. Dude, you totally know it.
Right, my man is not afraid.
No, he is fearless man. All right, well, it's good to have you back, Casey. Let's do a little fun time here with you doing trivia. It's about a game. Everyone really liked your D&D style thing last week, so I will leave it to you to do whatever you're going to do this week. What is it?
All right. This week's game is God of War, and Kratos is taking the hosts of TFS to school.
Wow. All right. And Nicole picked this. I remember.
I did.
Okay, this
Well,
was you.
What did Brian pick? It was something lame.
His butt.
Oh, hey.
His underwear.
Spectre.
So we haven't played that in a while. Why don't we ever play that anymore? I can't find it. That's why.
I'll just say it.
There it is.
Smack talk.
All right. So Casey, lay into us here. I can't wait to see how this goes.
All right. You're going to choose from these 3 subjects and either claim your rightful place among the gods on Mount Olympus or riddle in your stupidity in the depths of Hades.
All right.
So here we go. Nicole gets first pick from these 3 subjects. Your choices are either spelling, Greek mythology, or math.
Greek mythology, because those other two.
Those other two are a little rough.
No
A little
way.
rough.
I do not do math in public.
Nope.
No.
Okay, Nicole, here's your question. If the god of the sea and the goddess of the hunt had a baby, and they named him using the first syllable of dad's name and the last 2 syllables of mom's name, what would his name be?
I thought there was no
God of the
math.
sea- God of the sea is Poseidon.
Yeah.
And what would you say? The goddess of what?
The hunt.
The hunt.
The hunt. Oh,
She's the most likely to get this.
yes,
Huntress.
Athena? No, yeah, Athena. I think Athena.
Athena?
Okay, so Poseidon and Athena, and you want me to do what?
Take
If
their.
they had a baby, what would the name be if you took the first syllable from dad and the last two syllables from mom?
That'd be
Clap it out. Clap out the
Poena?
Poena. This is my kid, Poena. She likes corn dogs and kicking the cat. All right.
Well, Nicole's not going to Hades, but she's not going to Mount Olympus either. I'm going to leave her on Earth. Poseidon is the dad, but the goddess of the hunt is actually Artemis. So the baby would
Oh.
be named.
That's right.
Athena
So the-
was the goddess of love, right?
Or
Yes.
yes, and she's Hercules' mom.
Aphrodite. That was the goddess of sex.
Hercules.
Hercules.
So we were looking for Possumus, or I would have accepted Potamus.
Ooh, you were real close.
Nice. That was way closer. I hope my question's nowhere near that hard because I would have totally have
I'm
lost.
guessing it is, but go ahead. Who's next?
All right. Well, Brian, you get to choose between the two remaining choices, either spelling or math.
Oh, crap. I hate both of those. All right. Give me some math
All right, here you go,
because
Brian.
I know Scott can't do
I
math.
know I can't spell either.
All right, Brian, you're going to take the number of phoenix feathers found within the game. I'll tell you there are 18.
Okay.
You're going to multiply that by the 10 trials faced in the Challenge of the Gods.
180. See, that's right.
You're going to divide that by the number of female sex twins.
Oh.
And then you're going
wait. No, okay. Okay. All right.
and then you're going to add the number of hairs on top of Kratos' head.
Oh my gosh, it's 90.
Brian, you're correct.
That's amazing. Nicely
math.
done. I would argue there's probably some fuzz on that head. Maybe a little somewhere. There's
So,
a-
by the way, Aphrodite, Lynn in the chat room, Aphrodite is the goddess of love,
Oh, wait, what's Athena?
a goddess of wisdom or
Wisdom or?
Yeah, nobody finds that sexy. Goddess of humor.
Yeah, no one likes her humor. She's boring. Make Zeus laugh. All right, there you go. Give me mine now.
Okay.
Spelling.
Yep, Scott, you get the
Be my
spelling
spelling.
question.
Yeah.
You need to try to spell the name of Kratos' child, Calliope.
Oh my gosh.
It's easy. It's
All
like
right, here goes. K.
using the sentence.
Scott's wrong. You're going to Hades.
Is it already wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, shite. I thought K was. I was sure it was K. Oh my gosh.
So sorry, Scott.
Calliope.
So
Is
we're
it
all on different
C-O-
levels.
I know what it is. Calliope. Is that right?
That would have been correct.
Well, I cheated and looked on the internet then, but. All right, nobody won then. So what does that mean?
No, Brian won.
Oh, Brian won. Oh, Brian won.
I was still on Earth. Brian's in heaven. You're in hell.
I'm straight to Hades. Right. I'm hanging out with the dead people. So
Did
all
you,
right.
Did you get a spelling question too? That's why I'm in hell too. Yes, right.
That's right. So who gets to pick? Who went? Who is it? Brian?
Yeah, Brian can pick the next
Oh,
game.
I really wish I could remember what I asked for last week because Nicole apparently really hated it. So.
Yeah,
I
what
don't,
was
I
that?
don't remember it.
What
I
was that?
remember.
I don't.
He was,
Oh,
he
gee,
was-
what was it?
you were going to pick World of Pac-Man or Pac.
Yeah, World of
Pac-Land.
Pac. I want it.
There is no World of Pac-Man. It's Pac-Land.
No, it's World of Pac-Man.
What?
Let me
the-
tell me. Wait a second.
World. Hold on.
Pac-Man. That's because that was the NES version, right?
Oh, there is a World of Pac-Man. No, there isn't. There's no World of Pac-Man. It's Pac-Man World. Is that what you mean?
Not Pac-Man World. Pac-Man World. That's what I meant.
All right,
And it was
Pac-
PlayStation. I played it on.
World of Pac-Man from Blizzard. All right.
World of Pac-Man on PlayStation.
We can do that. That's fine. I want to see. I'm more interested in what Casey does to make it an interesting contest with his weird ideas. Because this stuff is great.
It is
I'm
kind of a
definitely
tough
put
one.
to
Maybe I should pick
task.
something else.
If you have suggestions for Casey, you can send them to him on Twitter, Casey Banta on Twitter. And normally we get a music memory from him. Not today, but don't worry, those are coming back. Casey, thanks for hanging out with us, man.
Thanks, guys.
See you next time.
Casey's awesome.
Casey is great. All righty. There he goes. I guess I can
Loved
stop
it.
his music now. Nicole, what
Yes.
are you playing? What are you doing?
Well, I finished up Bioshock,
Yes, you did.
and I was really glad I did.
Are you glad you didn't
I'm
get to the end and go,
so-
oh man, what an old hat
Nah.
thing this
Well,
was?
I will say that the ending, I remembered more, like more story to the ending. Like so.
Who's
so
the
what
bad
I'm
guy?
going to,
Jerry Ryan, Jack Ryan. What was his name?
Check right. Yeah, it was Tom Cruise. Exactly.
the guy from 24.
7 of 9 from
Oh,
Voyager.
Jack Ryan. I'm sorry.
Ryan.
And
whatever.
Andrew
Right.
Ryan.
Andrew Ryan. That's it.
So Andrew Ryan and Atlas or Frank Fontaine also within the story. But there is a book, and it's a really, I don't know if you knew this, but it's an ebook you can pick up on Amazon for $5 right now. And it's BioShock Rapture. And it's a prequel to the Rapture story.
Oh, that's cool. Is
So-
it before the city goes to shit, or is it after?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I like
So there's
that.
a lot of spoilers. So if you've never played BioShock, don't read the book before you play the games. The game really held up for me. In fact, I could probably, if you've never played, I could even say, play Infinite, play the Burial at Sea 1 and 2, and then play BioShock, and you can skip 2.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. 2 though. 2's the
Two
redheaded
is-
stepchild, where a different developer made it,
I spent a
and
lot of time into.
people like 2. Minerva's
No,
dead?
I liked it. I'm just saying for that story, I don't think 2 is required.
Oh,
Right.
All right. Well, I'm down
So,
with that. I'm down
yeah.
with that. That's a good recommendation. But you do not regret it, is the point.
No, I'm really, really glad I went back to BioShock.
with my time spent.
Because I forgot so much about the story, and yeah, it was like playing a brand new game for me, especially if you're someone that played BioShock in 2007, I think it was when it was released. It's totally worth it to go back and play it. It held up really nicely. There was some jankiness to the controls, but whatever. I just kind of went
I do
with
remember it. I do remember BioShock being really. I remember the controls really throwing me off.
There were a few times where I'm like, damn it, what the
Right.
Stupid.
I remember that.
stupid hacking little bots, because I like to hack a bunch of stuff around me and make them fight for me. So sometimes and then they would get in my way, and then when you would like hypnotize a big daddy, he's like right up in all of your space.
All
So,
up in your grill.
yeah.
It's like the kids say today.
Anyway, but
don't think they say
after
that
I
anymore.
finished BioShock, I had to like cleanse that out of my mind.
Cleanse my body.
I had to cleanse my soul.
All right.
Because that
Thank you,
stuff does give me
Poltergeist.
it gives me bad dreams.
Right. As
So
it
I-
should, because especially when you play a ton of it. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it.
It just kind of gets in your brain. So I decided to play DuckTales Remastered.
Ooh, really? Now that is interesting.
It's a fun game. I did not play it.
That was
DuckTales.
originally released on. Where was that originally released on? That what was that?
Super NES.
Super
Was it
NES.
Super NES?
I'm pretty sure.
I love
So
that game.
Yeah, it's fun. And I'm really having a fun time playing with it on the PC.
Oh.
Is-
So
Hey, is your kid playing along with you?
no, it's too
Mark
hard
won't
for
play with
him
you,
to
huh?
even. Yeah, Mark's not playing.
He's
no.
not interested in doing that again.
And the whole premise of the story is you play as Scrooge McDuck, and you're going around with Huey, Louie, and Dewey, and finding treasure. And
Dewey, Lewis.
it
right.
it is hard. I mean, this is the type of game where you die, you have to start all the way
Permadeath.
in the beginning. No, I
Right.
mean, so it's a fun little game, and I'm pretty sure I feel bad because I'm pretty sure somebody gifted it to me. So let me just quickly so I can say yes, somebody
don't.
did. Oh,
Oh.
thank you, Narstromo 42.
Nostromo.
Oh,
Got it.
Actually, Chris. His name's Chris. Thank you, Chris. It was back in the back around the holidays. He gifted that to me, and I finally got around to playing it. So, and that's kind of what
jealous. A little jealous.
what I'm doing right now is kind of going back into my gaming archive. There was another game that was on sale this week called Rocket Birds.
Yeah.
Now this game, Scott, I think you would really like.
It sounds.
Was this on-
You've
was
already
this on
got me
Steam?
with Rocket and
It's-
Birds.
It's $2 right now. Like it's on
Artists.
sale
Right.
on Steam right now. So I put a little YouTube clip because the music they play,
Yeah.
and it's a platformer,
Yeah.
and of course you're playing a rocket bird,
Yeah.
and you're going around shooting things, and it little
Birds.
a little
Birds are
bit
the
of-
thing, man. Everybody wants to make a bird game.
It's
Birds
I don't know
of the
if you want to click on that, you can hear the music, but the music is really awesome. It's like a techno something
Where'd
that
you
I
techno
thought.
rave?
Where'd you put it? In,
It's in the show notes right
oh.
underneath my
right there.
underneath my name.
I see it. I'm gonna play it. Let's see here. What we got? Here we go.
But it
Rocket
kinda-
Birds.
Sets a tone.
is that a bird? Oh, he's great.
Before you touch me.
And that's the whole intro scene to the
I
game.
love the look of it.
Yeah. Kind of
Oh, that's awesome.
reminds me a little bit of Mark of the Ninja, Shank, you know, that Guacamelee, those types of platformers with this stylistic nature to them.
What a really cool style, though. That's awesome. Now you got me interested.
Yeah.
Interested.
$2 right now. Go.
Where is it?
Steam.
Steam for $2. I'm totally buying this.
Yeah.
Where's my $2?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Give me my $2.
I'm gonna totally buy this. Before I buy it, though, here's the deal. Before I buy it, we got to talk to Dan. Dan, what's going on, Dan?
Happy Friday, everybody.
It's the board game man, Dan. Dan the man, Patris man. Patrice, sorry. I keep saying Patris because it rhymes. Such an idiot. Hey, what's going on, man? You've come to us bearing board game gifts, I assume.
Dude, I am really, really excited. This week we had a new release that is just taking the board game world by storm, and it's awesome, dude.
All right.
Marvel Dice Masters, Avengers vs. X-Men. I put a link in the chat. Now, I couldn't find some great pictures, but this guy does really good board game photography.
Yeah.
So the site that I linked, you should be able to get some good pictures. But it's basically like a dueling one-on-one game. You're masterminds, and you bring to the table your little team of Marvel dudes, like either X-Men, you have some villains, or Avengers. And instead of a deck building game, it's a dice building game.
Oh, look at this. How many do you have to buy new dice and then collect them and all that?
See, normally, like last couple weeks ago, I mentioned how bad Magic the Gathering stinks because it's collectible and it's so expensive to get them all. Yeah. Now this is collectible, but here's the thing: it has a starter set which is only about $15, and you got everything you need to play a 2-player game. And it has a bunch of characters in there. It does have boosters, but they're only 99 cents.
Oh, wow.
And it comes with 2 cards and 2 dice.
Hold on. That's both good and that's bad because 99 cents, I go, oh, look at them being all fair and fair-minded to players and economical. And then I go, if that's all they cost, people are going to go nuts and buy way too many of these.
Well, apparently they already have because it's sold out at distribution level. There's still some that are at your friendly local game stores. So if you're listening to this now or this weekend, go out and run to your local game store. They may still have some of the base set in stock, but a lot of places are already sold out. But you got to check it out because it's so good.
Is this one-on-one?
Yep, it's one-on-one. They may have some rules later down the road to put more people in there, but for now, they have a really good. You can play with just 10 life or 20 life because you're basically trying to attack the other person, but you're putting out like your army, basically your Spider-Mans and your Hulks and those guys in front of you, and you're casting spells. You have some community spells, so you're drawing dice out of a bag 4 at a time, and you're rolling them to get your guys out into play. Now, you may not even roll your heroes to put them into play, so that's kind of has a little bit of chance, but there is a lot of strategicness in there. And man, it's I played it the other night from one of the guys that does the board game news on Board Game Geek. He invited me over for a play test for a preview, and man, it's so much fun just seeing. And these cards really look nice. The dice are really, surprisingly enough, sometimes when you do dice in bulk like this, they're not very high quality, but these are actually really nice quality dice.
And so I'm looking here, dicemasters.com is probably your best bet for finding out about it and buying it and signing up to get them or whatever.
Yeah, they're going to have they'll be back in stock the end of May, beginning of June. They'll have some more if you can't find them right now. If you live in kind of an area that's not really concentrated with a lot of heavy gamers, you may still be able to find some of those. And their big idea was to try and get them into Targets and things like that, but they're probably not in there yet because they usually in Target and Walmart, there's a third party a vendor that actually handles that section of Target. Yeah. So they usually stock once a week. So in the coming weeks, you may see some of those trickle in.
I'll tell you what's funny. Their banner on the top of dicemasters.com where it's Scott Summers squared off with Steve Rogers there. That is I just read that comic. Like that artist, I have just read his issues. That's really weird to see that because I was literally in bed reading that last night.
And what's cool is they're going to have, I'm not a big Yu-Gi-Oh guy, but they're going to put out a Yu-Gi-Oh set and a DC set later in the year, which I'm really stoked for the DC set.
Dude. Okay. Well, that looks great to me. That looks really good to me. I also have, because of your recommendation, I've got that DC stuff on its way to me. Thanks to some real awesome folk over there at Cryptozoic. They heard my plea and they're like, oh, dude, you're going to love this. So I can't wait. These are games I
can't
want to
wait
play
for
at
you to try it.
Nerdtacular. I can't freaking wait. So thank you for that. That's a good recommendation. Everybody go check it out. Again, the game is called, what was it called? Crap, I just
It's
killed it.
Marvel Dice Masters Avengers versus X-Men, but just Marvel Dice Masters. You should be able to do a search and find those.
Dicemasters.com is the current website for it. So.
And don't forget, you still have till the end of May to get in on that strongholdgames.com to 30% off anything you order with TFS as your code. Because I'm really hoping that people get in on that Survive, because I really would love to hear the feedback from the community, because that's such a great game.
I agree. Yes, I did my deal. Have you done yours, everyone out there?
Have you done it?
All right, man. Thanks for the reminder. Have a great week, and can't wait to talk again about the next thing I have to spend money on.
I can't wait either. You guys have a great weekend.
See you, man.
Thanks,
Hi,
Dan.
Dan.
I like Dan.
Me too.
Dan.
He brings a lot to the table here.
Dan the game board man.
All right. DuckTales. Is it good?
Yeah, DuckTales is great.
Okay.
It's hard, but it's fun, and it reminds me of the cartoon. And
I love the original. This is like a remake of that, right? Like a remaster of that, I think.
yep, that's why it's called DuckTales Remastered.
All right.
It's
Rocket
fun.
Birds, I'm all in on. You've
Rocket
been,
Birds.
Yeah, are you now actually playing Skyrim?
So I installed and started to play Fallout 3, which I've already beat everything.
You were going to
from
play
that.
it again?
I was going to play it again.
You're the biggest weirdo I know now. Officially the biggest weirdo
No,
I know.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
You love this you love this
I
Fallout world.
I don't know why I love being in that world. It just
I wonder if Wasteland is for you. It may be.
maybe.
Yeah, I know it's a
But-
different perspective. It's more like old Fallout, but it's I don't know. It's got that same, you're in the desert. And you got it's post-apocalyptic Mad Max time, and I don't know. Might be a
I
good
don't
fit
know
for
what
you.
it is. But I feel bad not giving Skyrim a chance.
You should.
Like Skyrim is the nice girl that I should be giving a chance.
Right.
Or the nice
right.
guy.
I'm glad you are, and I'll bet Mark's excited because that game's. I guess you can't play it together. There's no co-op, but
No.
that game is so good. It's
And-
so
Play the
good.
same
And
time
honestly,
and talk about it. I mean,
We haven't been playing ESO because he's so into Skyrim right now.
Yeah.
Ah.
Because that's the
So-
problem with that game. I've heard this isn't the first time. A few people have said, "Yeah, I got ESO. What do you think?" Oh, it kind of made me want to play Skyrim, so I've been playing Skyrim.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like that's
much
not,
more robust feeling of playing.
Yeah, but that's not good, is it, for them, for ESO to have people doing that?
No, I think eventually, I think ESO will get there. I just don't think it's there yet.
Well, yeah. Well, it's new. MMOs are never
Yeah.
their best when they're new. They're always
Mm-hmm.
about a year later. Things are looking good or bad, depending on which way it goes. And I have a feeling that game will do fine long term. But
And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
kind of saving because I have a month free and
Mm-hmm.
I'm saving it.
can you do that?
I hope I can.
I know,
or
right?
else I'm gonna log in and be like, well, that I
I
should
think
I'm
it's
not free yet.
I think it's a real time month. So I don't think it's like you only starts counting while you're in. I think it's like
I never started it up though.
Oh, you've
I mean,
never.
I did the free, but I never registered after.
Oh, then you should be. Yeah, you're still good.
You hoarder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You digital hoarder. All right. Well, there you go. Nicole is
So, yeah.
playing some good stuff. We should all be doing that in our lives. Headlines.
Valkyrie needs food badly.
I need food.
Dark Souls 2 is on the PC, and people are saying it is the definitive version. Although I have heard just fine things about 360 and PS3 versions. The PC version has apparently got no load times and looks amazing and is the one to buy. So I've never played a Dark Souls game. Everything I hear about it sounds like a horror story to me for the kind of game I like. Yeah.
Permadeath.
Yeah, I'm not interested. Although I like a roguelike, and this is kind of a weird extension of that, but I just don't know if I want to be
You
punished.
should just try it. I've thought about just trying it to see.
I should.
There have
It's
been
just
games
it's a
that-
$60 try is what I'm getting at.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, what about Dark Souls 1? Can't you try that one? At like
you mean
half
send
the
my
cost?
copy?
probably, but I don't think that thing's on PC,
send
so
you
I don't know where I'd
it's-
get it. Do you have it, Brian?
I have a copy of it.
Of 1 or 2?
One.
But that's dark. That's not Dark Souls. That's Dark. So that's Soul something. It's a different name. They changed a
Soul
lot in 2.
Darkness.
2 is like a totally different game than that first thing.
Exactly.
Or no, wait. I'm sorry. This is Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 1 is the one just previous to this. That I would try. Is that what
One
you're talking
does come
about?
Before 2.
Yes.
Well, no,
Yes.
there was one before that though. What was the
Oh,
one before
okay.
that? Chat room, you know what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm talking about,
Soul-
you guys. Soul Rider.
Soul Rider.
Soul Train.
I would play Soul Rider.
Yeah, Dark Souls Prepare to Die. That was...
No, it's something else. Demon Soul. That's it. Demon Souls. So there goes Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2. That's the progression. I always think of that first one as like the first one. But yeah, if it's Dark Souls...
you're right. I actually do have Demon Souls. That's the one I have.
Oh, I don't want that then. A lot has changed since then. I would not give me a good indicator whether I want to try the new one or not. But the second one probably would. Yeah, and Demon Souls was all PS3. They hadn't gone multi-platform at that point. Anyway.
Or you could just do GameFly and rent it. Or Redbox.
Or Redbox.
And rent it.
Or something. GameStop to close 120 stores. That's bad.
Right? I don't see how they could close hours. I got one in my town, and I mean, you have to wait in line every time.
Well,
any day of the week.
I think it depends on where. Like it's saturated. They're everywhere.
Right. You think they opened up too many? Because at one point in time, there was a big town close by that had like 3 in like the same 5 mile
near
radius.
Me out here. There's like
Starbucks.
The same here. There's like 3. They're like Starbucks. You're right, and I think that's just too many. They got to scale back with this quickly changing digital future of video games. I mean, they now exist in a time period where the 2 major consoles that hit this last year and are now the 2 new generation consoles both allow day and date digital download releases for the same prices if they had to go into that store. That has to change their forecast. It just has to. They're calling it a 3.0, the GameStop 3.0 initiative, which is kind of weird. And they're going to close a bunch of Cricket stores. They own all this stuff. They're closing Cricket stores, Spring Mobile stores, and the Simply Mac locations are getting dropped as well. A bunch of them, not all of them.
Right.
Oh no, well, that's not true. I take it back. It's the opposite of that on these 3. They're opening between 200 and 250 Spring Mobile stores, 20 to 25 Simply Mac locations, and 100 and 100 to 150 Cricket stores. That means
what's that tell you?
That means that the game stuff is going digital and they're focusing on mobile. Yeah.
Right.
Weird. Next week's PS4 update will add video editor, share factory, and HDCP disabling, which is, if you know what that is and you know why you want it. It also will have this they call it the Eager Beavers option. We've been doing it on Steam for a long time, but if you want to get a game and you pre-ordered it, you can download it ahead of time, so you don't have to wait on day one. It's just pre-loading of games is what it is, and that's the
fine. Best thing.
They should have been doing it from day one. Whatever.
Right.
These kind of things are weird when they come late.
Hey, we learned stuff.
Minecraft saves transfer from Xbox 360 to Xbox One as well. That's good.
Very good. That is very good.
That's a big deal, and I wish, like we said, Diablo did that. That'd be nice.
It would.
And then finally, China video game consoles rules and the 1,500 or 15,000 seat video game arena. What the hell is this? Explain.
All right. What China has done, China has in the past pretty much said no video game consoles may enter the country. And so recently, in January, they said, okay, we'll let you guys in, but here are the rules. And so they've just set out the rules here this past week.
Are these content rules?
Mostly content rules, how it can be accessed, that kind of stuff. So, but the thing is, the market in China for consoles, I mean, this is great news for consoles. I mean, it's just a drop in the bucket selling consoles in America. If you can get China on board, man, you're gonna.
It's a huge market, a huge untapped market.
Huge,
could be
huge
big.
market.
Yep.
And also this week they announced that their China, in all their glory, is going to open up a 15,000 seat gaming arena for video gamers to come and to play video games in this big arena style awesomeness.
Weird.
I would love to get.
Weird. This could be an exploding market for them. The PC side of things and mobile side is already huge over there. So
right.
So that's a big deal.
This is exciting for gamers in China who we don't hear that much from.
No, not very often.
Come on in.
Why is my phone ringing? Hold on, I gotta turn.
Why is my phone ringing?
Oh,
it's China. They're saying take it back.
Nicole says her internet just died.
Oh no, that does suck. Oh, they must be China must be onto us. They're shutting us down one by one.
She'll come back in if it lets her, but it sounds like her internet is flat off. She says.
Let me in.
All right. Well, there you go. So it's Brian and I moving on here. Should we do an email? Let's do an email. I think she had a contest, but she's not here, so I don't know if she did or not. So here you go. Email time. I wrote last week about me role-playing, or replaying rather, through the Mass Effect series, and my worry about nobody still playing multiplayer in ME3, that weird co-op deal. I got into my first multiplayer match last night and didn't have to wait very long at all. I logged in at about midnight Pacific time, so I need to test it out on earlier times to see if there are people playing it, having a good time again, says Cindy. That's surprising to me, but that's great. You know?
Yeah, it's still it still permeates the minds of gamers, I believe. I mean, even at cons and stuff, you still see people dress up and cosplay as that. So
oh yeah, you will forever.
Still,
those Mass Effect guys, they're just too many iconic characters not to cosplay the hell out of that stuff.
Right. So I think it's a franchise that's going to hang around, just going to kind of be out there.
Yeah, like a noodle, like your wiener hanging out of your
zipper.
Like
a wiener noodle.
Yeah, wiener noodle. Old school. Time for old school. Should we do old school?
I think we should do some old school because this week it was a lot of fun.
Oh, by the way, email us. The final podcast at finalscoreshow.com is the email address. You can send your emails straight to us. We'll read them here on the show. Here's old school.
We're kicking it old school.
All right, old school has taught us two things. One, old video games are cool, and two,
you no mess with Lo Wang.
You no mess with Lo Wang. All right?
Don't mess with Lo Wang.
If we have learned anything, that's it.
Do not touch my Lo Wang.
So this week it is Pilot Wings for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, released in 1991. Right. I never played the original, but I did play the N64 launch title, Pilot Wings 64.
Right. And that was what got me looking at it. And I was like, you know what? I'm kind of digging. I want to go back and look at the original because they had a launch title.
Yep.
With the 64, which was awesome.
It was good. I liked it.
Right.
92 is when this came out on the SNES here in the States. 91 in Japan.
Right.
It's a amateur flight simulator game which players attempt to earn pilot licenses through lessons in light plane flight, hang gliding, skydiving, and the use of a rocket belt.
Rocket belt.
It used a lot of that.
I burnt my scrot.
It was that SNES Mode 7 compatibility stuff. Mimic that 3D kind of a look with the scaling and the whatever.
2D.
That was a big deal at the time. Now it's like whatever. But then, big deal. Big deal.
Oh, yeah. Things were popping off the screen.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was cool. Anyway, it was a good game. And you can save your progress and you could challenge your friends. And there was no multiplayer, I don't think.
Nope. It was hard as crap.
Yeah.
Did you ever play it?
Yeah. No, this version, no. I played the N64 one. And it was also a little hard. It was a little tricky.
Right.
There's a 3DS version of that now.
I think a couple of years ago they released a 3DS version, and I
forgot to even tell you. Sorry.
What happened?
Did you notice?
What happened?
I didn't even notice that Nintendo. When did they announce there's a new Mario Golf game on the 3DS? When did that happen? Because that comes out in like 2 weeks.
Right.
And I'm pooping myself. I can't freaking wait.
I remember them talking about it sometime earlier, but I don't remember much about it. But I'm pretty excited
it's good.
I'm all about the Mario
I hope it's
Golf.
good. I've owned every Mario Golf game since the Game Boy Color version.
Right. And they announced a new kart coming out for too much long too. And I'm like,
kart I could deal with. I don't know. Well, kart's that's a Wii U thing, which I may end up getting eventually. I don't know. But I'm way more interested in that golf game. Those games are always a delight, and assuming it's good and they make it, someone does a good job on this, I have no reason to think it won't be on there. So,
chat room saying that the 3DS launch title Pilot Wings sucked it.
Did it? Was it bad? Okay.
Yeah. Too bad.
That's an okay thing for a different era. I don't think it works so well now because it's more like a tech demo now.
Right.
I don't think it ever really was much of a big fleshed out game, but it had its time in the sun. Here is a clip of Brian not playing it, but someone else. So here you go. Whoops, no audio. Here we go. Yeah, baby. Check it out.
You guys got to come over and play some Pilot Wings with me. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be rad. All right, someone's going to start here. Boy, look at that 4:3 ratio, man. Oof. It's like a postage stamp.
Blow your socks off.
Join the flight club. Lesson 1. Okay.
Lesson 1, how to parachute, how to dive.
Skydiving. I'm going to skip ahead a little. Here we go.
See, these kind of games, there's a lot of load screens.
Yeah, there was, right?
You dive quickly, and you have to wait. It's like,
yeah, kind of a weird time. But anyway, there it is. It's a classic. In stores now. Pilot Wings Super Nintendo Entertainment System version. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a show. We've done it. Yeah, it is. We've done the hour we've promised to do.
And I'm back.
And she's back right before we're hanging up. Wonderful.
Time to wreck the show, man.
What happened to your internet? Went to poop?
It just went
Oh, that's not good.
just like that. Sorry.
Well, I like this Skype. Let's let you come right back in. That's nice.
You like that?
Well, good. Well, we're done anyway.
Okay.
We're going to go now. Nicole, before we go, what can people find you and do things with you online? That sounds wrong.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't sound
I
right.
didn't
But
mean that
you
that
can
way.
find me on Twitter at Nicole Spag. And if you're interested in any kind of woodworking, my husband and I do a website called thewoodswhisperer.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
I like it.
Just released a new video today.
No, that's great. I wish I could do anything with wood. I have a terrible time with wood.
I
Brian,
saw your sanding video.
yeah, I did. That lasted about as long as that 6-second video did. Brian, what about you? What are you doing? What's going on?
Doing the Comics Coast to Coast, this broadcast weekly. We talk to other cartoonists. We just talked to Meredith of Hinges, which is a great comic that is online. You can check it out. Google Hinges or go to comicscoasttocoast.com. I'll be posting it very soon. Also want to wish happy birthday to a great Frog Panther fan and friend, Hammond Chamberlain.
Yeah, birthday today. Yeah, that's right.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Hammond.
Hammond.
Hammond, you had a good birthday. That's going to do it for us, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate it. We'll be back next week with a new show, new games, new stuff, new news, new all things. Don't forget to check out the new Diablo show at frogpants.com/Diablo. There's already a little file up there. The first official episode will be next week. iTunes links, all that stuff is there. Go check it out if you're a big fan of the Diablo. It's going to do it for us, for me, for Nicole, and for Brian. We'll see you next time.
Pilot wings.
Since I didn't get to give any games out to the chat room, can I quickly give away 2 right now?
Yeah, go for it.
Chat room.
Like I'd say
if
no.
you-
No, Nicole.
So these games are from me. They're from my inventory. So I have a copy of Rocket Birds.
Rocket
to give away.
Birds.
When I was just gonna order Rocket Birds, I want to
Well,
win this. It's gonna be all.
You got $2.50. You can order it.
$2.50, man.
It's gonna be all like this.
And the big one, Assassin's Creed 3, both Steam keys. Send me a message right now.
Problem. See, I don't have a
I'm in the
problem.
chat room. There you go.
All right.
Did you buy a 4? Did you buy a 4-pack?
Oh, I got it for free.
Oh.
Yeah, I got ESO and they gave me a credit and it was on sale. So there,
Yeah, it's very nice.
there you
Did
go.
you guys know that Eric Van Sky